Augustus was the first emperor of Rome. His reign was the longest of all time, from 20 BC to 14 DC. That means 41 years in total. 9 years before he became emperor, he bought a house which we are going to see in this 3D reconstruction. 5 years later, he extended his properties with the purchase of a real estate complex, a series of structures and houses near his home, which is possible to see here in this reconstruction. As a matter of fact, he wanted to create a large housing complex within some religious buildings must have been located too. The most important of these religious buildings was the Temple of Apollo Palatine. Among the structures of this residential complex, there was the imposing building, above which there was a Menianum, that is a balcony with a large terrace overlooking the street. The top floor of this section was called Silvia Natali's area. On the right and on the left there might be the domus and the insulae, while the stairway on the left of the building led to a temple, the Temple of Victoria. After coming in from the entrance below the Menianum on the upper part, we would have seen a large area characterized by the presence of the characteristic Roman arcades. The area was tree-lined and led to an upper section. The portico that preceded the closest area to Augustus' residence was called Portico of Danaidi. Once you get beyond the portico, you would have arrived in the most important area of the complex, where there were the two residences of Augustus and Livia on both sides. On the left there was the private residence of Augustus, and behind it the house of Livia. At the center of the area we had the Temple of Apollo Palatine, an important building erected by Augustus few years later. Here, important celebrations were held, the most important of which may have taken place after the victory of Augustus against Marcus Antonius in the Battle of Actium in 31 BC. On the other hand, there was a second house very similar to the private residence of Augustus. It was reserved for the public life of the emperor. Indeed, there was a private domus and a public domus. Another building of a certain importance was Apollo Library. Inside the temple and the library, the Senate often met during the Augustan era. The Emperor Augustus himself lived here with his wife Livia from 36 to 12 BC.